The options dialog is where you can configure numerous settings in your GIS editor. You can get to that by going to the main menu and selecting options. And you can see here on the left hand side that we have all the general categories for your settings, and on the right we display the specific settings for each of those categories here. So we'll start with the general section here, and in this section you can set your color scheme and what mouse coordinates are displayed like down here on the bottom left. Also what language the editor is in. We also have a setting to set up a auto recover file every X number of minutes, so should something happen to your computer we can use this file to recover any information you may have lost. Next we have use current extent on startup. This takes your current extent in your map and set that as the default for any new maps that are created thereafter. And then we also have the reset did you know dialogues. These are the dialog boxes that pop up whenever you use a function in the GIS editor and there's a shortcut involved. The next section is the update section. We can set whether or not we automatically check for updates, and if we do find updates, how we handle it. And then we also have an update channel. We have both production and developer. The production channel only updates to the most thoroughly tested version of the GIS editor. And then we also have the developer version, which gives you all the latest bug fixes and new features, but may not be as stable as the production version. Down here on the bottom we have an offline update option. If you have a computer that doesn't have internet, you can grab the update package from another computer and use that to update the computer with no internet. Next we have the plugin section. This is where you'll add folders where your plugins are listed. And the next time the GIS editor restarts, it will look for any of those plugins and load them up automatically. The next section is the quick access toolbar. That is up here on the top left here, and what tools are available for you up there. By default, that's these options here, but if you want to add some, you can always select one and click on the add button to add it to there. Or if you want to remove one, you can always select one that's listed here and remove it. And you also have the option to sort the tools that are listed in the quick access toolbar. Now if you ever want to reset it back to the default, you can just go ahead and click on the reset button and it will default back into this sort of setting here. The next section is the content section, and the first option here is what base map will be loaded. By default it is the World Map Kit base map, but you can also set it to the OpenStreetMaps or the Bing Maps base map, or you can set it to none. Next setting is limiting the number of tiles, a number of features drawn per tile to 12,000. This setting is primarily for slower computers and boosts performance for those computers there, but it may not display all the features that are there on that tile. The next setting sets whether or not the extent will be zoomed to the new layer that was just added, or additionally you can also set it to zoom to the extent of the first layer added only if you're just working on a particular section of the map. Next setting is the cache enabling, and then we have whether or not to show the style wizard whenever a new layer is added. Then we have a setting that says whenever you add layers manually, meaning through the add layers here, and whether or not to ask if you want to add the item to the data repository. Then we have whether or not we display pan and zoom controls on the map, and then whether we use high quality map rendering mode or not. This is normally disabled for slower computers as well as the limiting features option up here. Next option is the map tile size. By default it is 256 by 256, but you can change that if you have a smaller display to 128, or if you have a larger displays to 512 or 1024. Then we also have a setting for place search. Whenever you use place search, which is located here in the home tab, how many results are displayed whenever you make a search. And currently it's only set to 10, so if you make a search for just the letter F, it will only show 10. The next section is the edit section, and all that is whether or not if the attribute data dialog box opens up whenever you create a brand new shape. The next measurement section here allows you to set the default units for both distance and area, and then whether or not you want to show your measurements here in the layer list as well. The error report section will toggle whether or not there is a dialog box that pops open whenever the GIS editor encounters an error. These are useful to be sent to us so we can fix whatever error that was encountered in a future update. Next we have the default styles. These are how your point, line, and area styles are displayed by default. Currently it's all set to random colors, but if you want to use a set style for a new layer, you can always uncheck that and make it a brand new setting here. And that's going to be all for the options dialog box. I hope that helps you out there. But if you have any more questions, you can always visit us on our forums, or you can check out the wiki for more details. Thank you.